at the Staples Center, where the Clippers will try to turn it up on their home floor. Bringing you another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge is joining us from the sideline. And George, here we go. And it's George finishing it off.
And with those long strides, it takes Paul George no time to get to the rim.
Here's ball. It's hauled in by Zubac. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Los Angeles. Here's Leonard. That shot, no good. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball.
And at times, it just feels like DeRozan is still underappreciated. Receives a lot of criticism for what he doesn't do and not enough credit for what he does.
Here's Williams.
And when Morris is playing with intensity like this, his defense can really shine through.
And that one's good, George. And DeRozan's talked about using negative press to his advantage.
You know, he said you have to be able to take criticism if you want to be great. Use the negative energy to become something more than you thought you could be.
And here's DeRozan after Paul George getting his 3 to go. Shot clock at 5. Lavin double team. Here's Vucevic. That's good, and it's Lavin with the assist.
This is where Lavin has really expanded his game, avoiding tunnel vision and getting others involved.
Here's George. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Yeah, 3 for 4 now. I like the pace for them on offense.
Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Lavin wide open. Bangs home the trifecta.
Love the confidence from Zach at the arc. He doesn't doubt himself for a second.
Here's George. And George with the stop.
Ooh, just shook his man loose with a crafty play inside.
And then the dunk just tops it off beautifully. And the jam by Lavin.
The burst of speed from Lavin. He's so tenacious and clever on the drive.
Wasted no time on that one. George has got a couple of threes now in the first for the Clippers.
How about 5 straight made from the field to start?
And it's Vucevic missing.
I'm not sure what happened on that play. May have relaxed a little bit once he got to the rim.
It's good. George has got 14.
What a silky move by Paul George. He really had the ball on a string.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
And we all know what George brings offensively. But it's his ability as a defender that stands out. Great instincts to make plays on that end of the floor.
Bulls trailed by 7. And with Paul George in his defense, Greg, you almost forget how great of an impact it makes.
He just kind of flies under the radar with his defensive play. I mean, this guy could be considered for the Defensive Player of the Year almost every year. One of the more disruptive forces on that end of the floor.
And George with the stop.
Yet another one for Paul George. He can pile up points without wasting possessions.
Pass to Vucevic. From downtown. The Clippers grab the miss. Nobody near George. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Leonard with the steal. And here's George.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
It's George on the wing. George double teamed. And Leonard puts it up from deep three. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
Play calling has been fantastic. They've been a step ahead of the defense since the opening tip.
3-pointer.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
Leonard on the wing. There's the drive. Vucevic with the block.
Well timed by Vucevic. Not a center who piles up blocks, but this guy picks his spot.
And that one's good. Leonard.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Here's ball. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. To the middle. And Vucevic throws it down.
The floor awareness of ball excels at getting the ball to his uncovered teammates.
Shoots from the right block. That misses off the backboard. And Vucevic has got the ball here for Chicago. They trail by 7. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Here's DeRozan. The kick out to Ball. Oh, the lob to DeRozan.
Lonzo Ball running pick and roll just looks right. There's a flow to it.
In the corner, George with it. And here's the fast break. Ball leading the way. And it's DeRozan missing.
And all quarter long, it's been the same story. Inconsistent with his offense.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Los Angeles. They kept going to him again and again, and he delivered with a monster quarter. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Los Angeles?
Their passing has been excellent here early. A lot of their baskets coming off an assist. That should set a great tone for the rest of the game.
It's Brown with the drive. Pass to Bradley.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
This is a close-knit group. They feed off one another's energy.
And it's George finishing it off.
What an athlete Paul George is, leaping up with such ease on those throwdowns.
Fans, and honestly, sometimes even us broadcasters especially can overlook defense, Steve, especially when it comes to guards.
It's hard to spot great defensive guards, but Eric Bledsoe, Kevin, is certainly one of those guys. Very strong on the ball. He's been a first-team all-defensive member. Remember, back in 2019-20 season, Bledsoe was a key part of the Bucks' D, which was first in the league in team defensive rating.
Quarter number 2, we're about a minute in. Here's Caruso.
And that's how you do it. Ibaka still able to surprise people very quick off the floor.
Into the lineup for your Clippers.
Clippers leading by 6. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yeah, great momentum for them
That's
offensively.
his first personal foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Pass to Winslow. Leonard looking around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
So many tools in the bag for Kawhi. Foul line down. He's very hard to stop.
Kicks it out to Jones. Here's Caruso. That one no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. George. To the inside. Winslow's shot is off.
Get that weak stuff out of here. That's embarrassing.
And he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Clippers leading by 6. Pass to George. And Leonard has it in the corner. Offline with his 3. And here are the Bulls now. And Winslow comes to help. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul. Now, into the line.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And so many teams looking to space the floor. Greg, how many non-shooters can you play and still have a good offense?
Well, I think most teams go 4 out, meaning you got to have at least 4 guys that are a threat on the perimeter, keeping a vertical spacer at that dunker spot. But if your dunker can also shoot, man, that puts even more pressure on the defense.
Always working to find open territory. Kennard's lethal in catch and shoot.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, mid-range jumpers are something of a lost art these days. They're still practiced by superstars like Kawhi Leonard. Coach Ty Lue said, why not work on the shots that teams are giving up? Down the stretch, mid-range shots win games. Playoffs, too. If you shoot it at a high clip, it's just as good as a 3 for me. Guys?
And they do shoot it at a good clip, and they rely on it quite a bit. David, thank you. And Ibaka slams it in.
And for Serge nowadays, most of his offense comes from beyond the arc or at the rim.
And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That is his first foul of the game.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Coming onto the floor for the Bulls, Nikola Vucevic, DeMar DeRozan, Zach Lavin.
Pass to Williams. Back to Ball. Beyond the arc. And he's good on the 3-ball. Ball's got 6 points.
Reliable three-point shooting is so important. Lonzo works hard to deliver that for the team.
Back to Kennard. Launches it. Rebounded by Vucevic.
So much of rebound is about positioning. Effort. No lack of it right there.
Here's Winslow. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Well, you'll never see Winslow shy away from physical play. In fact, more often than not, he initiates it. His second foul in as many quarters. We'll see if he backs off or stays aggressive.
For Chicago, they have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
An unselfish young guard. Lonzo Ball takes pride, in my opinion, of success of others. Probably why his teammates love playing with him.
There's an element to Nikola Vucevic's game that fits well with most of the league's modern offensive scheme.
And with his inside-out game, he's a guy that can stretch the floor. And Kevin, when you look at today's NBA, nothing is more important than spacing and passing. And when Vucevic is on the court, you can be sure the spacing will be excellent.
Pass to Kennard. No good with the triple. And here's Lavin, who brings it up for the Bulls. Trailing by 2. And they call the foul, so he's got the and-one chance here to make it a 3-point play. So we'll see DeMar DeRozan go to the line here. It's on Nicholas Batum.
At the foul line for 1.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him.
And becoming more physical over the years. DeRozan converts off contact extremely well.
We all know he's a tremendous athlete, GA, who's added a lot of strength. He adjusts well in the air, and he can finish with either hand. Hard to stop him once he's in the lane.
And DeRozan throws it down.
Assist from
And when you're a high-usage player like Vucevic, you have to keep your head up and be willing to make the next pass.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Outside ball. And the call on the shot sends him to the line. It goes on Justice Winslow.
This is what you want to see more of from Lonzo, being more aggressive with his own offense and drawing fouls.
Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that.
And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That is his first foul of the game. Outside, Batum. Kennard on the wing.
Bringing a competitive energy to the defensive end. White stays connected to his man and plays with active hands.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Chicago leading by 4. Outside DeRozan. For 3, Lavin. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Outside, George. And George with the stop.
Great vision on that pass. Kawhi moving it to the open teammate.
Pass the ball. Back to Vucevic. Right side, Williams. Just 4 to shoot. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Can't fault the play call. Even though he couldn't convert, that's a good shot.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
For 3, Lavin. And the rejection by Zubac. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Down low. Here's Vucevic.
Missed 4 straight shots now. At one point, do you have to call a timeout and regroup?
DeRozan.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of halftime.
Outside for George. Clippers moving the ball around. For the lead. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Terrific game plan coming out of halftime. A perfect 3 for 3 from the field.
And they double up DeRozan. Ball with a wide open look. And again, no good by Chicago. Back to Leonard. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals. 5 for 8 in the game.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
Chicago calls timeout.
And there was a slight panic in L.A. when Kawhi opted out of his deal. It quickly went away as Kawhi signed a new one with the Clippers. The Clippers can build knowing Kawhi is in it for the long haul. Always nice to know you have a star that you can win with.
Orlando calls timeout.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And it boils down to the question, toughness. One team showing it, the other allowing itself to be bullied.
All right, look who's coming onto the court. Come on, get loud for your Clippers. Barry.
So both teams making some changes here. Bulls trail by 4. Pass to DeRozan. Inside. Here's Vucevic. No good, unable to end this run. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Finishing that possession with an exclamation mark. Kawhi making his presence felt.
Pass to DeRozan. To the paint. Here's Williams. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Here's Los Angeles now. They've scored 10 straight. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
Back to Batum. Here's George. Kicks it out to Leonard. On the wing, George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. 26-point rush for Paul George.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. Kawhi Leonard keeps it simple. He says, I'm trying to be the best player I can be. I'm happy with what I've done in my career, and I'm just going to keep on from there. It's not about being famous. It's about playing basketball and having fun on the floor. Well, he is famous, Kevin, and he remains focused on the court.
Agreed, David. It has served him well. Thank you. Inside. Back to Ball. Pass to Lavin. 5 on the clock. Back to Ball. Trains the three-pointer. Ball's got 12 in the game.
What strong fundamentals from Lonzo. Not about to waste. They look that good.
And here's George for 3. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Yeah, that's a great shot. Third 3 of the game for him, first in this half.
Ball feeling it out a bit. Pass to Vucevic. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Knocked away. Outside, Batum. The 3 from George. Nailed from three-point land. George has got the lead up to 12 now for Los Angeles. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
And it's the Bulls with the ball. A 12-point game. Pass to Vucevic. Outside ball. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Vucevic gets double teamed. Outside White. The shot's good on the assist by Vucevic. White's got his first basket.
Look at Kobe White attack and adjusting to contact. Beautiful play.
Here's George. Takes it off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 12.
These are big buckets. He's been instrumental in helping them try to close out this game.
And it's a defensive 3-second violation. He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game.
Free throw shooting, not an area he has worried about at all. How about last year, 88% from the line.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. Time here.
And as fans and broadcasters, we're not permitted to hear the specifics in these huddles.
No, we're left to infer from the adjustments we see on the floor.
Throwers off from DeRozan.
So tough to guard. DeRozan with the strength, the near 40-inch vertical, and he loves to challenge you.
After Vucevic. The kick out the ball. 3 off the mark. Los DeRozan. And here we go. The ball. Great. Launches the three. Lavin gets the three. Lavin got 13.
Woo! That barely gave the defense a chance there. He quickly just got in the air.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of the points coming right at the rim. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Fourth quarter of action is about to start. Thanks always for joining us. Here's Los Angeles now. Wide open look. Over in the corner, Williams. Here's Caruso. 6 to shoot. Here's Bradley. Here's over Zubac. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Money with no one around. It's going to be this time for Texas. Money's got 19 points.
Yeah, defensively, your mantra at this point has to be no easy bucket.
Outside Jordan.
And all hang out when you're like it. Just enjoy the show.
And Steve, we know about Paul George. He's been a leading three-point artist for some time.
Paul George can get a shot up over most defenders. That's why Kevin has a career three-point percentage that's leading towards 40%. And he seems to get better with age.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Billy Donovan talking to his team. He got on it. He said we've got to see more intensity. He said we put ourselves in this hole, and we've got to work our way out of it. We got what it takes.
He's been a whole air raid.
Has allowed him to get into a rhythm from there. And he's been relentless.
Nice passing here by Los Angeles. To Leonard. Outside the two. Outside Leonard. And it's all right to the top. And his first foul of the game. The right lane. And another three for the Clippers. Outside Lavin.
An explosive, high-level athlete. You see why Zach has won multiple dunk contests.
This is here to George. To the left side lane. Pass to Leonard. Moves back up. Zubac with it. Lavin gets it to the left side. That's his first foul. Just a little under 2.5 minutes of time now. Lavin for three. And again, it's a goal.
And you can just see his confidence is rising. Bucket after bucket to moment.
On the wing to two. Los Angeles with another miss.
The defense was begging him to take that shot, and he took the bait, but they can't blame him.
Takes it out to Jones. Four on the clock. A free ball.
All-star in this league, that's the league gets to go to the line.
He's off on the second. And he nails the third. Clippers leading by 6. Here's Leonard. They can't stop the run with that one. Outside, Lavin. Down low. And DeRozan.
You can tell DeMar DeRozan wanted that one. Big time shot maker. Give him the ball. If you love offense, you're loving this matchup. This is a highlight reel event.
Without question, George displaying his skills today. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Vucevic up top. Stolen by George. Over to the left wing. Pass to Lavin. To the middle. Here is the buck down. Vucevic hits the ball. And the foul call. That is the foul. One quick to play in the final quarter. Vucevic. And Vucevic throws it down.
Look at that shot. Vucevic not afraid to carry the weight, so to speak, in a tough situation.
Putting consistent pressure on this team. Letting them out there make this offense work. What tremendous passing. Very unselfish performance all around.
He does get the second one. And that brings the lead to 6.
The deficit a little bit, but not as much as it should have. 1 minute can make a big difference.
Here's George. That one misses. PG that time from Vucevic. So Lavin will bring it up now to the goal. To the left wing. Shot clock is 6. And here's here on the middle.
Okay, when you're trying to make a comeback, you can't be pumping up low percentage threes. You have to find a good shot. Moving on.
Clippers moving the ball around. Here's George. And King off and running. George got 38 points.
We're in total command of this game with time starting to run out. Reason why
why they tighten up the vice grip a little more each time up the floor. We'll see if they can close this one out.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and that key point just made the play.
Especially during this last run, which ultimately puts the game away.
And ball gets double teamed. 5 to shoot. Three, Lavin.
One of Zach Lavin's better nights. He's both prolific and efficient these days.
Back to Jordan. And Jordan.
You know he's going to take a lot of shots out there. He's the number one option right now.
Williams. So the Clippers will come in.
And it makes a big difference. Once they started to really play in rhythm, you never
unrealized. Sizzler is the element of surprise and wicked out. I must put you down.